Yes, yeah, aha, 90 plus tactics. We welcome everyone to 90 plus tactics. Guys, we are very sorry for not dropping videos, Charlie. The excuses have become too much, but Charlie, how we go do them? The Club World Cup games have gotten to the tail end. Sunday, with the 13th of July. After it began on the 14th of July, the group games, the teams who were able to come first and second qualified from each particular group met the opposition. You know the draw. If I World Cup format now, you do summary. You do finals. The Chelsea, any team and friends, Paris Saint-Germain, and maybe finals. No, when you check these two teams in the ball, it's very impressive. Chelsea, they are running the Club World Cup now after losing to Flamengo, have been very impressive. On the side now, Team Fast will do final. No check PSG as well. Very impressive. They lost only one game, considered only one goal at the Club World Cup. That was against Botafogo. Until you've seen that, you said these two sides are very impressive sides now. When you check Chelsea, any other clubs now, what do you think about them? Drop it in the comment section. Who do you think is winning the final? I'll drop a next video after this video about the tactical analysis of the two teams at Chelsea. The entire team back didn't team other team, so you can put it in the comment section in this video. We discuss it and I'll read it out in a sec. My next video I may drop. In Tiamon Como Stories, this is the usual tactical analysis I made, bro. We check PSG in Real Madrid. So this is solely about some stories I made, bro, about other teams, but we have a full tactical analysis about Real Madrid, any Paris Saint-Germain game in course we now. Real Madrid pant now. And if this was the Real Madrid of the past, now you name the Benzema Real Madrid now. Come to Paris Saint-Germain and say to season. But Emre Daniel, hey, Obi na to nyum, Emre Daniel ampa. And then there will be big, but tomorrow we know another person will overtake you. Finally, Paris Saint-Germain at Real Madrid that eliminate you from a competition, a cup competition. For in a very long time, I go check your past or recent history, and this is very evident. We check it two teams now. Congratulations to Paris Saint-Germain. So let's go into it tactically. And persevere will be a time. Make the video short, precise, concise, and make it. So this is tactically, pure tactical analysis. Now, BBA can be you see it on your screen. So please follow the command very well. So person what BBA make an answer. I want to put this on the premise as I start this thing. Football is a science sport. Because it's a science sport, I say, Wako Hospital, I can say, signs and symptoms of malaria, and I don't be a winner. Football is a science sport. And to say, who be beer, and only a short so I can make predictions for the other one. I hope say we are getting the conversation, maybe a problem. Now, I have been people say I'm very upset about the Paris Saint-Germain team, and yet, and not particularly per se, but it's because of the kind of football Louis Enrique Emma team the ball. And when I'm informing about the kind of the entire I hold the PSG team in high esteem. This particular PSG team and Louis Enrique, it's me building the kind of profiles of what any normal PSG team the internet videos be I'm dropping. Sometimes you hear PSG story because when you check other sources, who say go for a PSG stories, it's not because I have a soft spot for PSG. Even time and Mbappe who feel I've had a soft spot for PSG, and this it has been intensified more after which one performance over the season. Me, I still stand by the fact that ball a very special. And tactically, what I'll show you on your screen, Pacho, follow the conversation very well. I want you to follow the conversation very well. Time, picture shows a particular time, any sequence a course will give me. I want you to follow the conversation very, very, very well. So ultimately, I bet you say the intermaker say ball no more special. And the reason why they don't concede the number of goals they've conceded. Club World Cup near Paris Saint-Germain have conceded only one goal. That was against Botafogo. In their first game against Atletico Madrid, they beat Atletico Madrid by 4-0, if you remember. In the second game, they met Botafogo. That was game on 1 p.m. I don't quite remember the date. Botafogo 4, PSG 1-0. Igor Jesus. Botafogo 4 striker and Nottingham Forest 4-0. Igor Jesus. One of Chelsea alone goal no man. Botafogo. Then the next game, Paris Saint-Germain met Seattle Sounders. They beat them by 2-0. Kan Ketesi Kivicha Kvaratskhelia and Abranti FNC Ashraf Hakimi. And they went on to the round of 16. They met Inter Miami. Messi's Inter Miami. Omusha Inter Miami. First half 4-0. goals na João Neves about 2 goals in the first half. Abrante defense Fabian Ruiz go na own goal by Inter Miami player back. Then they came to the quarterfinals. That was last week. Omushia Bayern Munich. If you watch the game, they beat Bayern Munich by 2 goals to 0. Despite the fact say Omunia 2 red cards to Abrante defense William Pachu and Lucas Hernandez. And Omutimi ba semi-finals are Omushia Real Madrid. So my tactical analysis no, the PSG or what they have been doing fast with the BT Real Madrid. It is things that they have done in the past, but I want to highlight it because it has become more conspicuous to me, and I want to share with you. So please, at this point of the video, Makasa, please, I beg you, I'm looking at you. So what follow conversation I'm doing? Please pause the video. Yes, I'm giving you 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Pause. Patch pause the video. Now, please, when you pause the video, please subscribe. Please press. Hey, if you say press. Press the subscribe button. Press. Yes, press. Like press. Press. Why I say press. Press. Press the subscribe button. Press the subscribe button. Press. Oh, press the subscribe button. Please give me likes. My last video I'm posting here, there were some issues with YouTube flagging 1-2 binti. Into now we meet me my video, but remember pictures of it. See now it's in community, but please like. We are commenting, leave your comments. You know, maybe I also will know about PSG team now. Maybe perhaps me who you may highlight it. Yeah, you can add it in the next video. I'll give you a shout out on that. So please, like, we are not share microphone content because it's very important. This is purely tactical, purely tactical. Now follow them come out very well. Now in football, because football is a science sport. So you who be here and only now PSG have been doing something that is recurring. The case be a recurring now. In that particular game, no in that particular game, no so repeated. It keeps on repeating. So or any match where he doesn't deviate from it. The next match, he keeps on what doing it. Until no maybe first so the actual say Paris Saint-Germain born or at certain details or born anymore. Am I it inform me so anytime PSG are playing. I'm like, PSG will beat the team they are going to play against by 4 goals to 0, 3 goals to 0 because certain details they do and they keep on doing it. Watch your screen so I will follow. I'm a match show ye. Yeah, I walk video in so let's go with the in common. Now, so I say team be a bubble. Every team be a bubble. So I person win the team shape on or off the ball. On and off the ball. Now, please, my main family mama and sana. Matua in common business. May you suit terms be me sure say more do football. You'll be acclimatized with those words. Obi also open more knowledge about that. Me use our word and don't be worried. Make sure I'm a what see. And now me what pictures in a me give one dance here so that these are real things about new a course who game. Now, o person who team be shape and as o person who the team be person their intention in the game. It starts from the very first minute. So the first 5 minutes shows you what a team wants to do on and off the ball. It is a team that passes first. Your person or yellow, and then a better will say, oh, okay, see no person on and off the ball. So the opponent are passing first. See no better pass for pressing the chest. Okay, see no person me approaching game while pressing, and as a person is sitting back in the low block, and I'm calling the mid block, and a high pressing. Now, this times I'm actually Paris Saint-Germain. One fascinating thing that people haven't talked about, I want to mention to you. What's the game we say Paris Saint-Germain? Every time they win a coin toss. Like any normal, I understand teams win a coin toss, but me against Liverpool at the Parc des Princes, UEFA Champions League round of 16, PSG won the coin toss. First leg now Parc des Princes, Liverpool winning 1-0. Can't get to say Harvey Elliott. PSG won the coin toss still. Second leg at Anfield, PSG won the coin toss. I'm not passing first. Omni Aston Villa be ball Parc des Princes. Almost Aston Villa by 3 goals to 1. Desire do a Kivicha Krasiel and Abrante Fence and New Mendes. Omo winning again by 3 goals to 1. Omo passing first. Follow conversation. Second leg, I was Aston Villa home, Villa Park. Omo passing first. They won the coin toss. Omo ball Arsenal. First leg, our Emirates Stadium. I'm gonna pass it first. In the game, no, game, I'm gonna pass it first. I'm gonna go against Arsenal, Parc des Princes. I'm winning by 2 goals to 1. Hashraf Hakimi, near Branch FM, Usman Dembele, if I'm right, and as whoever scored that second goal for PSG. Samachekwa Vitinha MSC penalty, if you would remember. Yes, PSG passed first. Now in the final against Inter Milan, PSG passed first. Follow. Now, Club World Cup Nations, only Atletico Madrid, PSG passed first. Only Botafogo, PSG passed first. They won the coin toss again. So on all these occasions, our games are making was to big games. Omni Botafogo pass first. Omni Seattle Sounders, they passed the ball first. Omni Inter Miami, they passed first. Omni Bayern Munich, pass first. Omni team my friend said Real Madrid, the ball and pass first. Ask yourself, say, what do they do? Because they've done this with only 2 players. And those 2 players are either Hakimi and Marquinhos. It's a Marquinhos in available, second captain is Hakimi. Or not them. Or coin toss. Now they make sure say they win. Now do you know what they do? And your coin toss no winning these games now to pen fascinating. Do you know what they do? When you back or possible say PSG win the coin toss and I say or move ball Yamba possible now. Only back Jabonichi. Go check it. This one is evidence. You can search all the games now my boss on any what's that time possible. Over team American. Only play jump pass Nichi. It is around FN say Vitinha. Now, do you know what Vitinha does? And yes, Vitinha be jump on nature. Say yes, Shabon as near passing there. PSG controlling to me a team on person control the ball. Right? In think of Vitinha the Ojebon and go so passing or passing back to the players and normal starting build up. But he doesn't do that. He kicks the ball into the opposition's final third, into a better opposition. Into referee ball pro start match and now Vitinha up ball at opposition final third. Or bent to Obeba could throw in. Till Obeba could throw in. Now follow ball could throw in. Ebeko something closer to the corner line. I just say into a corner line hope. Now opponent team we need throwing in. It is a Real Madrid we need throwing in, and Inter Milan we need, and Arsenal we need throwing in pay. Immediately Obeba ball na corner throwing in the Arsenal for back of a ball pay. Then PSG start their pressing from there. Into one Obe who Dembele and a job nine say Due and whoever no Wenger Hakimi they start pressing. Into a bonus happen they suffocate you up there. Tio, listen to the logic. It's a trick play. Say Obi one hole. No batsman controlling. No ball na check. No asan ba high say all press. Na so press or Jiboni we answer must start possess. No build it up. Isn't this logical? Like, do you make sense? Put it in the comment section why you think they do that. Now, like I said earlier, who team be intentional. It's about from the very first minute, second minute, third, very early in the game, you see what the team intends or plans to do. And I'm going to point it out to you in this particular video. Now, Yanko PSG versus Real Madrid game, as at the 30 minutes, follow me. The pictures on your screens, follow the conversation very well. As at the 3rd minute, now PSG for an air build up. PSG for air build up. Now PSG for air build up, no, should be as at the 3rd minute, 31 seconds, 3 minutes, 31 seconds. So this is very early in the game. PSG's plan, building up. Now PSG's nipa brain to highline as the other person charge. When a team is building up or pressing, very high up the pitch, automatically with defensive line every movie into you check the last line of your defense, no, and I say back line, no. On position and the betcha say over high line and I say on your high line. Now on the 3rd minute, you crab 3rd minutes 31 seconds, you crab or Marquinhos. And or possible now come either Dembele or Hakimi, who is the right back. So Hakimi has had the right space, right hand side, no, or go very wide. Hakimi has gone very wide. Follow. Marquinhos the grab. Marquinhos is center back. Now she Marquinhos position our pitch ni so. Center back the can chain also original. But center back no original opposition no. Best 15 yards to the opposition box. That's very high. That's very high. Like PSG backline. That's very high. Now PSG have in that picture you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 PSG players in the Real Madrid half. Not just a PSG player back up and a word itchy. It is a BBC and a PSG at the ball no cha. This is what we call the high. Into the last line of defense for the PSG team is 1 player or 2 players. You understand me? This is very how high PSG play when you are building up. Now, Marquinhos na alpha ball. PSG air building up as at the 3rd minute, 31 seconds. and obe pass the ball. Now, the person may point out shapes be near the Akosoha. Now, PSG starts here no 4-3-3 number Kivicha Enimon front line number Kivicha Kvaratskhelia on the left. And number Abrante offense Desire Doué on the right. And number Dembele through the middle. But study Bibio. Dembele no number 9 go so Gina boxing. Wa drop here fi 9 position ho Abegina right ho into Abegina Hakimi ho side. So look at the team the picture. What Dembele na drop here. Ono na obeje pass efi your friend is saying Marquinhos no. Sana baby Hakimi jam tweeted to the right kakra nti Dembele no obo 9 no. And na Desire Doué no your right winger no. On your right na ke wo say original right one Hakimi e overlap no nyina ho. Wabegina infinfin. Into Desire Doué ne on the left side of Marquinhos. Into Marquinhos never pass it on. Desire Doué is on the left side of Marquinhos. When we are there. Now, what share Ben and person may point out to you. Now, PSG form triangles. You got triangle, a 3-sided figure. So PSG form triangles at wide areas on the pitch. Now, check the central space. Now, who check Real Madrid center backs now? Rudiger ni Asensio. Gabne Dom, and even maybe a Chouameni Ginano. Won't say PSG player behind Ginano. Won't Real Madrid backline, maybe a Ginano. Between Rudiger and then Abrante offense Raul Asensio. Any Aurelien Chouameni, maybe Aurelien Chouameni, defensive midfielder Ginano. So I try and go there one. Won't say PSG player behind Ginano. PSG have formed, I dare friend say, triangle on the wide areas. They formed 2 triangles on the wide areas. Now the first triangle near baby a ball no one. Marquinhos never pass the ball. Now, I'm person who notice BB. Hakimi is on the right side of the PSG attack. On a right back. And Wabani him. Now, Wabani him, baby, Hakimi Jinano. And now, Wako right side. Now, Hakimi is on the right side. Dembele dropping for 9 ho. Ababi Jina, Hakimi chain. And now, Fabian Ruiz, Ejina half space. Now, when we say the half space near the space in between defensive midfield and the area and the center backs. So space between the full backs and the center backs and space between the full backs and the defensive midfield and so our space in the defense half space. Now into Fabian Ruiz edge and half space, Dembele Abba Ashaya from the ball for Marquinhos and Abrante offense Hakimi edge and right. Now Dembele, Fabian Ruiz send this picture. Dembele, Fabian Ruiz and Abrante offense Hakimi are forming a triangle on the right side. Now, I call left side or the very far left side of follow pitch and very well. Nuno Mendes, any Gina Valverde right back in this too. Ideally, now I was say Abrante offense Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, and then Valverde right back and Ekotake Kivicha Kvaratskhelia because on a right back, Valverde right back and a Kvaratskhelia left winger. But in this case, no, Nuno Mendes Ababe Gina Abrante offense Valverde, so just to drag him away and make Kvaratskhelia half space in case you're driving one call left one. I hope you are getting the conversation very well. In Tiabane Sana, Nuno Mendes is also in the half space together with Abrante offense João Neves. Into João Neves and Abrante offense Nuno Mendes all half spaces. And now Kivicha Kvaratskhelia are hugging the line on the left, very wide. Now notice the other triangle formed there. Abrante offense Nuno Mendes, João Neves and Kivicha Kvaratskhelia. They have formed another triangle on the left side. So you can see a triangle on the right where Fabian Ruiz, Ousmane Dembele, and Abrante friend said Achraf Hakimi have formed a triangle on the right. Samson Abrante friend said Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, Nuno Mendes, and João Neves have formed a triangle on the friend said left. And Abrante friend said Desire Doué or right winger now with me boss as striker. What drop Ababe Gina, baby ideal link was say Vitinha and I say Marquinhos cry Gina. You see the PSG team shape. And they had 9 players in the Real Madrid wing. So Real Madrid were defending in a 4-3-3. Yes, for 4-3-3, corporate team shape. Now back 4, 3 midfielders and another 3 midfielders. Mbappe, Gonzalo Garcia and Vinicius Junior on the right. So that's a 3 minutes 31 seconds. Now, I'm follow. In command very well. So 3 minutes 31 seconds. Now, the PSG form triangles on the left wide areas on the left and right side. Ideally, you want them to be in the box, but they know when to pounce into the box and they know when to be at wide areas. See, already they've trained on the training ground several times up with it. Now, so as at 3 minutes 41 seconds till as at 3 minutes 41 seconds. E ho na Marquinhos e pass a ball no e be ma Hakimi de ma Dembele e ko ye dribbles bi o de ma Fabian Ruiz took a shot into the box and a Courtois save and Real Madrid had a clearance. Now Real Madrid clear ball sequence they follow gidi PSG say Courtois one intentem of Fabian Ruiz e ball no e ma Courtois save Valverde e clear ball no na ke e kokona e na o clear go through no follow the conversation very well. Or clear ball go through no, that was 3 minutes 53 seconds. 3 minutes 53 seconds. And a PSG for atu throw if we chat to Vasquez and atu ball no adiama João Neves. And a João Neves eja ball ni adiama Abrante e friend say Vitinha J ball and odema Abrante e friend say Desire Doué. It is Desire Doué na nka wo say oya winger wo say enimo no. Wa drop ya ban finfin ho to help with the build up. Follow the conversation as at 3 minutes 53 seconds. And or far ball now or they man Desire Doué. This was PSG building up. Person yi sa fascinating way about Sinam goals never anemia maybe a PSG. So as at 3 minutes 25 seconds and a Vitinha far ball or passing. And 3 minutes 53 seconds. What me a possible now? Bona be Abrante a friend say Desire Doué was at 3 minutes 56 seconds. And a Desire Doué a possible and the about Hakimi ho. Good. Now what the ball about Hakimi no? And I almost started say almost ball 1, 2, 3. Now you can still see the triangle as at 3 minutes 25 seconds. You can see the triangle. Dembele na aba box in area ho. Fabian Ruiz will have space. Hakimi will right ho. So the PSG attackers now say players who stand in the half space no. Their Omedjumani said they'll drag the opposition's fullbacks 2 and 3 no out of position. Now wide players no enya space at their feed on. Into following command very well. Now as at 4 minutes 4 seconds, PSG for na air ball build up no into 3 minutes 53 seconds don't go to passing. And I born be Dembele edge ball 4 minutes 4 seconds. I was screen so. Dembele and a pass ball at the once a man Desire Doué edge and fifi ho original defensive midfield position. Or no run if you are a half space ni na Fabian Ruiz. They say Fabian Ruiz aba Bejina players ni mum echi. Inti baby anka right back no ideally right back ni Jina. Hona Fabian Ruiz if you have space ma Bejina wa Desire Doué aba Bejina have space ni. You can see now. Now Dembele is passing the ball to Desire Doué. Or passing the man that's at 4 minutes 4 seconds. Follow very well. Or the man Desire Doué. Now you can see PSG. Now they are not forming a triangle on the right side. They are forming something like a box, a square. So Fabian Ruiz, Dembele, Hakimi, who is making the run into the right channel. Into who's Hakimi making run, and I Desire Doué show up from the ball in front of Rudiger. So this is a box. Still on the left side now. Remember, PSG for Munjai triangle no forming. PSG are forming a triangle. Kivicha Kvaratskhelia is very wide. Nuno Mendes is engaging Fede Valverde, who is the right back of Real Madrid. Ideally, in left back, because who defending or not be engaging Fede Valverde, who is the left back. So it has freed Kivicha Kvaratskhelia to have space. And then João Neves have spaces. Now that's 4 minutes 4 seconds, right? Now you're following command very well. And PSG intimation PSG team shape on this me attacking. And when still PSG were still repeating. So as at 5 minutes, this was the first goal. PSG for share can't get to see Fabian Ruiz. Person me show picture. PSG share. Now Obibeka said, Raul, you blame it on the Real Madrid defenders because Abrante defense Raul since you didn't control the ball. And Rudiger go no or the chair and Dembele should share. They didn't control very well. But I want to show you that in Adrien war near PSG 4 years no each. Now, as at 5 minutes 36 seconds, Desire Doué J ball or dribble or yeah or right on or ball infield cross. There was no one in the box. And Abrante defense Raul since you now share 5 minutes 36 seconds. Raul since ball neighbor Raul since you on share Dembele position. Dembele has seen the space into or quite pressing. Into who say Dembele, I already said. Ball no could do Raul since you whoever ball never come on. Dembele runs into the box. It is say we feel right because PSG have lost the ball. They have to recover quickly. What you say? And Abrante friend said, Dembele running about Coach Ball if you Abrante friend said, Raul Asensio as at 5 minutes 36 seconds. Yanshe Asat 5 minutes wa na me fan chire omubio very well near ekoso ewa hasi. So PSG and they build up with triangles and boxes. So as at 5 minutes 36 seconds, you can see Dembele running into the box to go and take the ball from Abrante FN and say Raul Asensio. Into a pressure no see be betima age ball na eden akoshe. That is the whole idea around their PSG do. It is the intensity of the press. You get the point. No. So as at 5 minutes 31 seconds now Abrante FN say ball no bar Raul Asensio na Dembele running. Now 5 minutes 4 seconds later or 5 seconds later Abrante FN say Dembele and till Raul ball na be di Raul Asensio will be controlling. When would Dembele once they're not in starting position, no one just over or quack press it. Abrante FN say Raul Asensio already no Abrante FN say Fabian Ruiz on also take side go ever press it at ball. So that's what PSG do. When they lose the ball quickly, they have to recover. When they lose the ball quickly, they have to make you feel the sensation. Bro, sensation, that's sensation. So Dembele in pressing Raul Asensio after 5 minutes 30 seconds. Now, Oko pressing no, and Abrante FN said Raul Asensio couldn't control the ball well. So Raul Asensio couldn't control the ball well, and Abrante FN said Ousmane Dembele a pick a ball now, or create chance. Now 5 minutes 30, 1 second later, Raul Asensio control the ball. Dembele be pressing. Raul Asensio control the ball now, control the and Dembele rushing, and Dembele intercept the ball and be Tony Nima. We are Kotoa foul but Fabian Ruiz so I want to show you a PSG for no pressing. Bosu, if you slip, yes, you can be the best passer of the ball defensively, the Van Dijks and the all passable as a center back or a player. But when they are rushing you, they are rushing you. So or press or no ball no press. That is one thing about the PSG team. Dembele na rushing we are watching ball if you are watching so say man PSG for first go with Abrante FN say Fabian Ruiz. Now, let me highlight the second one and let me show something about PSG off the ball and something about Real Madrid for near Real Madrid for did wrong with Xabi Alonso among Lucy and I'm a video in baby and my producer HM say fine no okay. So this is Real Madrid's team shape as at time no, that is 8 minutes. So as Macho said, who person who team be intentional. Very first minute now, we win your person here. Now PSG has the first go away. Ideally, Kabeka say, oh, say almost first go away there, and can say on there, almost sitting back now, or me there, almost resting kakra. But this is PSG as at there. So this is 8 minutes 7 seconds. PSG has the first go in the 5th minute. Oh, PSG can also nyabute. But this is PSG in the what? In the 8 minutes 7 seconds. 8 minutes 7 seconds. For the times now, 8 minutes 7 seconds. Now 8 minutes 7 seconds. PSG shape now on classes and a 4-1-4-1 shape. Where my boss, my first video I'm dropping on 90 plus tactics. There was a PSG Arsenal analysis, and I'm gonna say PSG they press in a 4-1-4-1 shape. And only as at 8 minutes 7 seconds, back line of 4. Vitinha a lone defensive midfielder. I won't feel. And now we another slanted diagonal for 4 players or more person mobile pressing. And now Dembele is the lone striker. Now Shebibio, Jude Bellingham and a crab ball. Now PSG for air build up. Born could be Hakimi ho. And now Hakimi and Lucy born to Jude Bellingham. It's Jude Bellingham now Ajibon. Ideally, other Gula or Jude Bellingham Jude Bellingham Ajibon PSG players as 8 minutes 7 seconds decided to press Jude Bellingham. And now Jude Bellingham a passing ball no Edema Rudiger. Now people think the safest option would have maybe Jude Bellingham creating a chance and as they're passing the ball forward. But where Carlo Ancelotti ball now Kabayes and Jude Bellingham and Danny in the air compare forward line player they are passing man. But Xabi Alonso ball is about control. Or person the team nenja control. Until Jude Bellingham went for the safest pass, that was to pass to Rudiger. Until Jude Bellingham a passing man Rudiger, she didn't be position. Now I show the Inter say if you slip, so it's center back and now midfielder now who slip PSG no, they are already no more rush you. I've told you, ball off the ball. When you pick the ball, remember rush you. They will follow you, they will chase you down and take the ball from you. That is one thing about the PSG tactically they do. they will rush you. Into Dembele position, Fabian Ruiz position, Desire Doué, the sharp anti defense Jao Neves position. Jude Bellingham a fabo or be pass ama Rudiger. Now, Jude Bellingham a pass ball no Eddie ama Rudiger. I want to show you something very well. Sinebia, who follow me in common now. Ama near ye pese in common ye do or horses are. So that was Jude Bellingham who has picked up the ball. And now Jude Bellingham pass the ball ama Rudiger. So that was 8 minutes 7 seconds. As that 2 seconds later, 8 minutes 9 seconds, Jude Bellingham pass the ball the ama Rudiger. Or pass the ball in the ama Rudiger and should be a PSG for you. Still pressing in the 4-1-4-1 shape. Rudiger and a born abedi no na shape trade Dembele. Look at the Dembele. Dembele no John 4-1-4-1 shape now. PSG are still pressing. They are moving very high up the pitch. Abrante defense Carrasquilla. Eto dia dey nkro obekwa ko gina Abrante defense Raul Sensu. So it's like a 4-1-4-1 but man marking style bisa. So Hakimi will be on Frank Garcia who has moved very wide. Ada Guleno Abrante defense Desire Doué ba me pressing. Abrante defense Jude Bellingham Jao Neves apikino. So Jude Bellingham is not a passing option. Chouameni is not a passing option. Ada Goulet is not a passing option. Abrante defense Raul Sensu is not a passing option. The only options are Rudiger ever at this moment was to pass the ball back to Thibaut Courtois or hit the ball into play. Probably into Abrante defense Valverde and I say any foreign line player and see what could happen for Real Madrid. Into them, me person me chose Dembele air press you. Also, say Rudiger no or Sleepy still Dembele will press him down. As to whether say Dembele could take the ball from Rudiger was dependent on whether say Rudiger until Rudiger made an error. No two ways about that. Rudiger made an error unless I don't want the Rudiger no one year there was so yes our error. Into person me chose say PSG are pressing. Immediately they lose the ball. They are like they want to recover quickly. And they are one of the best teams about recovery. Only Barcelona, any Bayern Munich. Where you check their recovery rate, I was super. And Man City and then Arsenal also. Arsenal also have one of the best recovery. It's 8 minutes 9 seconds now. Abrante Dembele press Rudiger. For second goal now, Dembele share. Rudiger sleeping. Now, as at 8 minutes 9 seconds, Dembele press Rudiger down to take the ball from Rudiger. Share. Now following Komoni very well. I see. 8 minutes 10 seconds. Rudiger J ball now. 1 second later, and a Dembele press it. If anything, Rudiger. So I could mistake. I didn't know about pin ball before I would me pass here. Dembele J ball now. A cotton man 1v1 with Thibaut Courtois. Abrante defense Dembele a share. Can't get this. It's in person me man who said Dembele pressed Abrante your friend say Rudiger down. That is the whole idea I want to make you understand. He pressed. Their pressing is intense. It's so I love the fact that it is so coordinated. Say player about trigger press the pen. So when this how it is. This how the synchronization happens. When one player triggers the press, the others follow, anticipating where the ball will go. And you know one thing about pressing in football. Football and coach is naked. You don't just press because the person is pressing the pressure. No, you put pressure on the ball. Now you press in such a way that you allow your opposition to have little passing options. So the little thing you have to do is that they either have to hit the ball and play it into your favor. That is what PSG. When you best guess, they didn't really ever press here. Or be press goalkeeper now say obi okra ball now. Or Chian who in such a way say who goalkeeper no say Courtois fa ball now so be pass here. Who say Dembele bet Chian to cut the passing lane of the other centre back. It is a Rudiger left centre back now. Dembele be press here. Bonnie Courtois was a Dembele Chian to cut the passing lane between Courtois and Rudiger. Rudiger Courtois don't mean passing ball near Rudiger. It's the only passing option. The other centre back who is the right centre back. But who say Dembele press Courtois or press in such a way say who Courtois no passing ball. The no sanso Raniako Asensio. Ebedo sa not PSG fire man to man 1v1 marking. 4-1-4-1 now. Alpha Pepenti 4-1-4-1 pressing shape now. High up the pitch from pressing. With pictures now make sure you can still see the shape. As at time at Dembele up Jeboni Rudiger and Simo Kwakoshen, you can still see the 4-1-4-1 shape. Players nearly run me to take the ball from the Real Madrid players. Now it's very important about pressing. So the PSG press is coordinated. It's player about trigger. It is once a Dembele to make up and now we also to make up. No, player we no man market. That is the whole understanding between the PSG pressing and why they don't concede goals and the reason why would like their players track back. Who say players Dembele track back. Who say way Bakola. Kivichak was like the work. It is very immense, and I love it. I love it. That is one thing tactically about. And I Dembele Eddie. Now I want to still show you what PSG did. Eddie shared third goal. Eddie Tia team my friend say Real Madrid. Team Eddie Tia Real Madrid. So PSG third goal was scored probably around let's see. Okay, so as at 23 minutes 29 seconds, PSG for na air build up. So that time no Abrante FN say Real Madrid could not chance be and almost say na PSG for benya ball. And now PSG for air build up. Now omo air build up no Ashraf Hakimi right back will move very wide. Ball no crack Donnarumma as at this moment. Donnarumma has the ball at this particular moment. At this particular moment, Donnarumma and passing Marquinhos. Because Hakimi no a free kick, but not Frank Garcia ever pressing Hakimi. Now she shape me. The PSG, one thing about PSG, almost say their players show up for the ball. Teams be brave. Manchester United, even Real Madrid, players be brave the ball. Now see we buy Alonso buy na say or other Gule no man the ball show up for ball. Players be brave the ball because they are not press resistant. Or Jebo also made mistake until they run from the ball. Plenty players, I know of them, be brave the ball. Show up for the pass on Meji because Usuru. You're pressing me a na error never miss way. So this is PSG, 23 minutes, 29 seconds. Donnarumma na pick ball now or passing. He passed the ball to Ashraf Hakimi. Now follow the sequence very well. 3 minutes, 29 seconds. And now pass the ball on Edman Hakimi. Now, or pass the ball on Edman Hakimi. No. The first one was 23 minutes, 29 seconds. Second one way. Now, ball na be Hakimi or PSG for year build up. Ball na be Hakimi or ideally. Kabaka say, oh, Abrante fence said Jude Bellingham air pressing Hakimi the anchor. Hakimi go back to Marquinhos. Hakimi won't go back to Marquinhos. Now, should the man Real Madrid go by Real Madrid no in an attempt to press very high up the pitch, or not putting pressure on the ball. Yes, name one man-to-man marking at Real Madrid fire because when you check Mbappe's marker is Marquinhos, Vinicius's marker is Beraldo, who is the left centre back. Jude Bellingham is pressing down on Hakimi. Abrante FN said João Neves is being pressed upon by Gonzalo Garcia. And Abrante FN said Aurelien Tchouameni pressing Vitinha. Valverde swap picking Nuno Mendes. It's ideally Kawenienka man-to-man market, but team and friends at Real Madrid, they don't put pressure on the ball. Omo press is on here because omo foreign line players, they are foreign line players, Mbappe and Vinicius. They don't press well. They don't know how to press. And these are attacking players. Even when you give them the instruction, they tend to forget themselves. What I say now, 23 minutes, 30 seconds, Hakimi in alpha ball, PSG here builder from Donnarumma to Hakimi. And now Abrante FN said Jude Bellingham ever pressing. Now look at the sequence very well. 23 minutes, 32 seconds. And now, Omo here build up, and a ball Ebedi Hakimi ho. Now, Ebedi Hakimi on follow sequence very well here. Now, me Chelsea now say. Once I said earlier, I said Desire Doué and Koye right winger, and I said sometimes you say Dembele right to team call number 9 position. Desire Doué and Kawosen ko we ni mo no wa drop here fee eni mo ababegina defensive midfield position ho. Till and no abeji ball. So the ball came from Abrante fence said Desire Doué as at 23 minutes. Let me try and get it for you on the screen. See maybe I will get me follow come very well. As at 23 minutes, Desire Doué showed up for the ball and took the ball from Abrante FN said Hakimi. And now was some passing ball no Hakimi no mami nyasa picture me ma was na be an komo no e be de e wo ho sa mami. Please kindly subscribe. And mami share ma wono. Please kindly subscribe, like, comment and share. Please kindly subscribe, like, comment and share. Now, 23 minutes 32 seconds. Hakimi na afa ball. Jude Bellingham was pressing Hakimi. Now Hakimi instead of maybe our ball nesi na passing kweche no. Desire Doué fin e be J ball no. E ba central space e be J ball. Obeji ball no pe. So this is 23 minutes 33 seconds. Desire Doué Obeji ball no use. Now you can see Hakimi starting position. No Hakimi no attacking fullback. Just starting here now no ojinani mo dada. Or passing the ball no dey man Doué pe. And Hakimi starting say all running. So look at Hakimi's position. Running into the channel, right space channel. Because space means that will say fala. That is 23 minutes. So once like the thing happened in seconds. Into 1 second penna PSG for ABB. 1 second penna PSG for ABB. This is all because of Lumiere and Ricky Boa or the actual PSG for team now Mobon Sam. So let me show you the following seconds. Now this is 23 minutes 36 seconds. So 3 seconds later, this is a do a ball or control any pen. And a ball on Edema Hakimi. Hakimi is a ball one hesitating because Dembele and an edge now. Space in between, a very big space. Normally, center backs in football, center backs. This is very tactics. I remember the church and you maybe ask them about football technicalities and why some things happen. If your team concedes, you have to just sometimes look at the risk. Say if ask yourself, if the team don't train on the training grounds and not bisa because look at the space between Abrante friend and Frank Garcia. Rudiger, who is a center back, no. Yeah, Wakoti Abrante friend is a Weichi. This is a do it here by center back, no. Rudiger center back. He's in front, behind the ball. In front of the ball. Sorry. Inti Rudiger no a center back na go so Gina Dembele so ewo anyone. Ono na di desire do echi amanfin fi ama PSG for be build up akosi Real Madrid. Now Real Madrid are very bad at keeping a high line. As at 23 minutes 30 seconds. Check it. Real Madrid for high line. PSG for 3 players attack it. Real Madrid for C. Okay. Real Madrid for have to only check the Real Madrid back line. It is Frank Garcia and Abrante Fence Rawas. Only 2 players. Only 2 players. Real Madrid have only 2 players in their own half. That is like some 2 yards away from the center line. This is a very poor, like it is a high line, an extremely bad high line. High line with 2 players. Now say 2 players. It's about the fact that they are the runners. Ask yourself. PSG play with a high line. Man City play with a high line. Bayern play with a high line. Barcelona play with a high line. But high line way there. Real Madrid for high line way there. No. It was very bad. And Abrante Fence Hakimi. Born in Bedin or pen or passing out Dembele. Team my friend say, your friend is saying PSG on the ascendancy. Dembele so J-ball. Hakimi ran. Dembele J-ball the pen and Hakimi running into that right space channel. Dembele ball on 2 Homana. PSG edition with 10 goal. That was 23 minutes 42 seconds. PSG 8 minutes with 3rd goal on that way. Into match show PSG on the ball and what they do. Now we bet will be off the ball and what PSG do off the ball. Now me show because they don't concede goals and what they do is special off the ball. Now all players in our own, we and we can more match as I say, boss. We do all what we call all in or out, AIAO. Now in football, I can say AIAO. I don't want it to be more boring, but I want to explain tactically what happened between Real Madrid and PSG. Ideally, I will say take it 20-30 minutes, but say minutes now, bro. So now time now, bro. So please forgive me. But I want to give you more information on it. Me person make check videos. Now say watching one go who now they are there. The be man is distorted. So let me finish it very well. Me hope you send the next 3-4 minutes. Me produce our channel Mr. Time soon. So I would like to end it. So let me show you what's happened PSG off the ball. I mean, from Barry here. In the next time, when we go against Chelsea, I'll come and do a build up to the game about that. Now, you follow her. So, now as at 22 minutes 31 seconds. 22 minutes 31 seconds. And now PSG 4. About right hand side one more build up. Now Dembele or number 9 will drop here and 50 or Hakimi ball. Now when Dembele took the ball, or right side or J ball. Once Mbappe jogging the bus has space in Jude Bellingham, Maka Abrante Fence Hakimi. No 2 ways. Now, instead of Dembele will pass the ball to Abrante Fence Hakimi. No. He didn't pass the ball to Hakimi. Follow the sequence very well. Or you're not being said, or be possible on Eddie Ama Abrante Fence Vitinha. Now, or you're not being said or pass Ama Vitinha. Abrante Fence Mbappe intercepted here. So Mbappe intercepted. Mami is a picture no. Mpacho mo fa picture no mo etie for follow. So sequence very well, mami. You see it on your screen. Into Dembele J ball no ya na be saying ka. Oh, where there ka me de koye friend is saying. Me de come Vitinha instead of going to Hakimi no. He decided to go to Vitinha. Now, oya na be so go Vitinha on. And Abrante friend said Mbappe intercepting ball. Now, follow the sequence very well. Now, when Mbappe intercepted the ball, until 22 minutes 31 seconds Dembele grab ball all pass ya come Vitinha na Mbappe intercept it Mbappe na aje ball na all come and when him say Mbappe was pace now Shebibi 22 minutes 34 seconds 3 seconds later after PSG have lost the ball you person me throw bibi PSG na what build up build up now more monte highline as in nyoma no me person me too but I'm learning about football tactics. What you say? So I'm learning about football tactics and in your course of football games. And no one I'm say PSG off the ball, they work very hard. They move here and that. There are some players and some teams on wingers say boy, they don't track back. Very poor, like a Desica. I mean, should be about PSG team. Aside the fact that when PSG are pressing the ball very high, what's a PSG when they are pressing the ball very higher? Who's a Dembele press it? No Dimika, no the pressure to ball on. When PSG lose the ball, she shows the same attitude. This is what we call proper winger, like dynamic winger. No, winger. They defensively, they Dembele. That is the thing that the likes of Rashford, the likes of Mbappe, Vinicius, Rafael Leao, Molake. Defensively, they don't add to their game. Dembele. Now, Dembele got passing ball on 22 minutes, 34 seconds later. Mbappe ajebo or now I want to show something to you. Anytime PSG lose the ball in the Chelsea game, you see it more often. Who follow me in conversation from now, anytime PSG lose the ball, player Bia or may lose the ball to opposition never pick ball now. Share that particular zone now, opposition player no one. Ubemu said a minimum of 3 PSG players will surround that zone. 3 or 4 players will surround that zone. Do you say opposition aje ball immediately no person will recover into mo chi ball on penalty say omo press and say they will run you down into 22 minutes 34 seconds Mbappe play ball or she players me nu ntem or she Abrante FN say Dembele any Vitinha ntem and na Marquinhos I already say Mbappe the ball on the bar he was stepping into the tackle and take the ball. Now look at PSG's highline. People don't understand. Check the PSG back line. It is a 3 back. It is PSG on where build up from Mukomenima. Omuta 3 players ewechi. Nipa baku mfifi, which is Vitinha. But in this case, Vitinha has tilted more to the right to help Dembele recover the ball from Mbappe. So this is a very high line. Check it. Maybe I don't know Mendes Jam. The last PSG player, Beraldo. In the 9 center line, that is how they can highline a when a team is building up or pressing high up the pitch. Now on defensive line. So we use the back line. High line as really know. We use the back line to check for a high line. For PSG back line, it is a 3 back. Marquinhos is center back. I want you to understand something. Marquinhos is center back. But the position our patience. He is in the Real Madrid half. And that's how high the PSG line is. But still they will recover the ball. It's the Mbappe J ball. Mbappe yard I was saying. But to me the ball knows Mbappe was skilled. And skill set and footwork now that day. So Mbappe was able to run through the players. So that was 22 minutes 34 seconds. Mbappe the ball by do 22 minutes 38 seconds. Oh, by this time you come back as Mbappe, I then because Dembele a winger. Dembele as at 22 minutes 34 seconds was chasing Mbappe in the Real Madrid half. 22 minutes 38 seconds, 4 seconds later, Dembele and Marquinhos are still chasing Abrante and Mbappe. Dembele no a winger now could do ball. Oh, the Mbappe, Chonwani countryman. Dembele on Mbappe abo PSG abo mupe. France national team omi a teammate since 2017 on Mumbai national team to say 2016 or 2017 Mumbai national team boom. Oma a teammate basi and 2025. Dembele understands the craft and value and make what he has said ball melusua. This is what I do. I recover quickly. And I'm saying, say if an opposition has the ball, PSG team no. So opposition player no ball now in that particular zone and action no. There's a minimum of 3 players. Now, after 22 minutes, 38 seconds sequence, I mentioned was screen this week. Then Mbappe crab away. Dembele is chasing him down. Abrante said Marquinhos is giving a close marking. And Abrante said Vitinha is running into the space in front. Into one who said Vitinha, into 3 players are covering a zone against 1 player, which is the Real Madrid player. And I say I'm shocked for Real Madrid because Real Madrid for now only 2 players are in the picture for you at the moment. Or more running about players not coming now actually. Now Mbappe J ball. Still, Dembele was chasing. But some sequence in Chiro. So Dembele kept chasing Mbappe down. And now Mbappe equal Lusu ball a seven. Now, person this sequence no Chiro me about what PSG did tactically right. A doors, in fact, Nyanka person me on the doors about time no echo like the time a copan. So please forgive me. I wanted to show you a lot more. We need the conversation now. You know, tactically, you want to know more about what PSG do. And the reason why I make us on Manchester Chelsea be on Sunday. On Manchester Chelsea granting 2-0. On Manchester Chelsea 2-0. On Manchester Timamifa and on Kauna Yenfa conversation and see what has it. Now 22 minutes 38 seconds now. Dembele HAC Abrante FN said Mbappe down. Mbappe did very well. He took the ball for 8 seconds. He was able to drive through and Okokati in dribble between Dembele and Marquinhos. Now, as at 22 minutes 40 seconds, still Dembele Mbappe. That's how you can't sacrifice her. Say me feel position, I'm make defend your boy team. And you see the PSG players in the defending now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players as against 3 Real Madrid players. And here no Mbappe the ball ni code in him no. Or yes, or ball short no. And our branch defense Marquinhos 80 intercept here no. So this is the kind of things I'm person me show on tactically what PSG did. Now on the side of Real Madrid, Macho. My main fan Real Madrid here about how bad they were on the day. Real Madrid highline was very bad. Now follow sequence way very well. Follow this sequence very well. Follow this. Now as at the PSG for third goal no share. Fourth goal, sorry, the PSG fourth goal no share through Arante Fegun Carlos Ramos. Now PSG form midfield. Kabaka said 86 minutes there. Players now brain. I wasn't a PSG for there. Edge on my homie. But I'm person make sure follow way about what Real Madrid were very bad on. Now me fan sure, now me fan common and see ever has it. Now this is 86 minutes 45 seconds. I can't bear 4 minutes and 3 minutes near upon game. PSG has 3-0. I did look at this moment. The managers who like possessive football like Luis Enrique and the Pep man. They will tell you say if you know you are not going to score, you are not going to put the ball in the back of the net. Don't take that risk. Let's pass the ball. See, Fabian Ruiz and Fabio has it. And ideally, Vitinha is a passing option. João Neves is a passing option. He can come into in the middle of the park for a branch defense and Mayulu. But won't say Real Madrid, won't say make say highline. More argument about highline. A been highline for Real Madrid line. Look at Modric. So the Real Madrid last line of defense. Last line of defense. Hey, look at Modric. Eda Militao and a branch defense Raul Asensio. Follow. Now what follows our conversation? Hakimi running behind a branch defense Fran Garcia. Now Fran Garcia also now just check say Hakimi attacking fullback into more times. Over checking now Fran Garcia now Hakimi are running between space. Now check the Real Madrid line. Now ideally Real Madrid defense the more times on go chile on Real Madrid and Xabi Alonso they've pressed PSG high up the pitch. Meanwhile they are not pressing the ball well. And a PSG for and then applicable ball no wall on 1.5. And a Fabian Ruiz a ball long ball 86 minutes 45 seconds. Fabian Ruiz a lobby ball nafa. PSG Real Madrid high line at you defense at you. Now that is 86 minutes 45 seconds. Now as at 86 minutes mama is happy channel 84 and follow Elho. Now Fabian Ruiz ball no to Real Madrid line in check. Hakimi as at 86 minutes 50 seconds. 5 seconds later Hakimi applique ball. PSG on the transition question. Once Thibaut Courtois goalkeeper named Piaba. That's how high the Real Madrid line was. Yes, they couldn't beat PSG. In an attempt to press PSG, they couldn't press the ball. And then PSG team. So I wanted to show you the Real Madrid high line and Xabi Alonso, Nyabo check Accra. So yes. Big games, no. Who do big games? Who share Barcelona? One advice on members of Alonso. Me, I think said the Real Madrid ball now. A person born it is a matter of time. When Odu La Liga no bon Las Palmas, Mone, Mallorca, Mones are teams now. When you get to those games, please Xabi Alonso, you can play that high line, no two ways. Who share Barcelona? PSG, Man City, don't go and do that. Now, build the system for a while. Number team no enko understand this in fan. So that is what I wanted to point out. That the Real Madrid highline couldn't work out. The recovery of the PSG team, many times they were pressing very high. And on Sunday, probably I don't know the time I'll be showing video. Maybe days after Yabo final. On Sunday, me predict because of what I've seen from PSG. Obi did 2 red cards. And they share by a Munchi. It's not Real Madrid. I bought 4-0. With Real Madrid quality when you know Real Madrid 4 shot on target on boy 2 pair. First half Real Madrid completed only 95 passes. PSG versus Chelsea 4. Minim say Chelsea 4 no tietio stress 3. Yeah, but we nko ade o versus Chelsea 4. Anya kra 2-0. Dembele will score. Obey sign assist our final. So Club World Cup, me I said it earlier on. Say PSG will win a Club World Cup. See, they will win every trophy possible. Or maybe win the Club World Cup. They will go and win the Super Cup. Tottenham Hotspur are not a game for you. Or maybe Tottenham Hotspur be Thomas Frank. Oh, yeah, we know wrong. Now Thomas Frank or a coach in where we can. In the Chelsea versus PSG game, no, but the bro follow the conversation very well. Now, so I wanted to show you about tactically what the PSG team do right and what. So now this is 90 plus tactics. Please, at this moment, who subscribe here, please subscribe, myself, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Like, comment, and share. Now, we are sure that we enjoy and come on. Share for a friend to understand tactically what teams do right. Maybe our team, Real Madrid, our team here Chelsea, our team here Manchester United, to say Miami, my beloved Manchester, our team here Man City. You can drop it in the comment section. Say, oh, please, I beg you, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel is important. I want you to subscribe. If you subscribe, then you go like, then you comment, then you what? You share. You have, so you go subscribe, you go comment, you go like, then you go share.